All right, good morning, tribe, and welcome to the donut shop at the beginning of the world. I am your host, Dr. Mark Merriweather Vorderbruggen, coming to you live from Ravenscar, my suburban oasis of plants and some birds and flowers and fruit. Well, I guess flowers and fruit would be plant. Anyway, it's Monday. Here we go again, folks. Another week down in the trenches of life. That's okay. Yeah, it was a very interesting weekend, and so I will fill you in as more people arrive. But as a teaser, let me just say I don't think Mrs. Weather is ever going to travel anywhere ever again. Hey, Cleo, good morning. Aaron, hello. The doors are open. People are starting to show up. Happy Monday. Yep. It's a good day. The family is together after a month apart. We're all back under the same roof again for a little while, at least until September when Mini Weather leaves for good. But if you do it right, the kids leave, right? Hey, Cinnamon. Good morning. How are you? Did you have a good weekend? Like I said, I had an adventure-filled weekend. I'm going to call it an adventure. Actually, it wasn't really like exciting adventure off into, Indiana Jonesy type stuff. It was more frantic than that. Hey, Kiri, good morning. Hey, S, hello. Constance, hello, good morning. The tribe. Good times. Oh, so one other thing that's going on here on social media is you may have noticed I've started doing little videos rather than just pictures. So I got a whole bunch more little videos to share with you over the coming weeks, on a weekday, daily basis sort of thing. So check those out. They'll be posted after the donut shop nowadays. Hey, Donna, good morning. Coffee, good morning. Hey, Pam. Hello. Well, hey, Kimberly. Good morning. This sounds like a great weekend. Cinnamon, I was selfish and did nothing but read 7 books on my TBR list. Nice. Yeah, Younger Weather, who's now back from New York, is kind of panicking because she has like 2 weeks to read the 2 Towers for school, and she doesn't know how she's going to accomplish that. And it's like, you sit down, you read, and you get engrossed, and then you realize, holy crap, 8 hours have passed. But anyway. Hey, Charles. Hey, Sean. Good morning. Hey, Jonah. Hello. Kiri, do you know about YouTube Shorts? No, I don't. I'll have to look into that. Maybe I need to post them over there, too. Hey, Tracy. Good morning. Rain and Arclatex. Cool. All right, we got enough people here. So, as you know, Younger Weather, the ballerina, I don't know if ballerinas do, but that's my imitation of a ballerina. She was in New York City for a month, attending a ballerina intensive camp thing there. And then on Saturday, she was supposed to come home. So if you remember last Thursday, Mrs. Weather flew out there to, on Thursday to get there in advance and to get some stuff done. Mrs. Weather arrives at the hotel, which the night before had sent her an email saying, hey, everything's ready for your arrival, can't wait to see you. And she gets to the hotel, and there's a sign on the door that says, closed due to COVID issues. With no phone numbers, no contact, no nothing. So Thursday was spent frantically finding her a new place to stay. Succeeded. Everything's life is good. So now it's Saturday, and the Saturday morning she wakes up, heading over to get Younger Weather out of the camp thing there, the ballet studio, and she gets a notice on her phone that, hey, your flight has been delayed a little. Okay, not a big deal. I don't know if you've traveled by air recently, but whatever the time your flight is when you buy the ticket, that's going to change. They are juggling flights left and right. Hey, Christy, good morning. Hey, Bernice, hello. So they got all this going, and so it wasn't okay. Not a problem. You know, it's delayed. It was only delayed a half hour, so it's like, okay, whatever. So they do the stuff. They check out. They head to the airport. They get to the airport, and it is pouring rain. So they are in New York City, in Manhattan, where it was gorgeous. And then over in the Newark, New Jersey airport there, it is just hurricaning. Long story short, the airport got partially flooded. 2 runways got shut down. And now all the flights got screwed up. And they kept pushing back, delayed. And then it got canceled. And so around 7:30 last night, they finally actually canceled the flight. And said, nah, you're not going anywhere. So Mrs. Weather and many younger Weather are there in the Newark hotel, or sorry, not in the New York hotel, in the New York airport, and going, okay, so are there hotel rooms? They've been calling me and texting me and letting me know what's going on. And I started just on my own looking for hotel rooms, and it was really interesting because I had a bunch of hotels windows open, and I'd refresh them like every 2 minutes, and you could see the number of rooms just rapidly disappearing until there were no hotel rooms anywhere near the Newark airport. Okay, so flight is canceled, no hotel rooms. Hey, Maureen, good morning. Hey, Charles, sir. Flight is canceled, no hotel rooms available. So she's going, okay, what do I do? And, she's wondering, can we spend the night in the Newark hotel or in the Newark airport? So I go, well, can I sleep in the Newark airport? And I bring up this cool website called Sleeping in Airports, which I shared yesterday. So yeah, it gives a list of all the airports, or basically all the major airports around the world. If you can sleep in it, where you should, camp out if you are going to sleep in it. What sort of not utilities, services are available 24/7, and lots of other useful information. So it turns out at the Newark airport, these weather delays are so common that they actually have a stockpile of cots hidden away. So when they get thousands of people stranded, like Friday night or Saturday night, they can give out cots to people. Now, it was a first come, first serve. And so, unfortunately, Mrs. Weather and younger Weather were not in the early enough to get one of the cots, or 2 of the cots, I guess, necessarily. So, but they just found an unused gate and crashed down there. Took turns sleeping, one watching, one sleeping. Younger Weather is smart because she also travels with a blanket. Whenever she goes, she has her blanket, her elephant blanket, this nice fleece blanket, which has been all over the place with her. And so she was all wrapped up in cozy in her blanket. And then the airport did give out blankets to people, which were roughly the size of a like a dish towel, but a lot thinner. So somehow Mrs. Weather managed to grab 3 of them. Yay, her! Resourceful lady. And wrapped up that. But yeah, so now it's Sunday. They spent the night at the hotel. And they're on standby along with hundreds of other people just trying to get to Houston. Apparently there's a lot of people who go back and forth between New York and Houston. So they're in standby. They finally, younger Weather gets on a flight. And so she's on the plane. Mrs. Weather is sitting at the gate just making sure the plane takes off because she was on standby. The next chance she had was coming up soon, and she had to run across to another gate. But she wanted to make sure younger Weather's plane takes off. Well, younger Weather's plane has a mechanical issue. They can't get the door sealed. And so it's sitting there. And Mrs. Weather is freaking out because she doesn't want to leave and maybe get on this other flight and then find out that younger Weather, her plane, couldn't fly. And so, younger Weather would be trapped in the airport without, Mrs. Weather. To which younger Weather says, I got this. Not a problem, Mom, Dad. I've been hanging out in New York by myself for a month. I think I got these skills down. And we both know it's like, yeah, if she ends up, being trapped at the airport, she knows how to talk to the gate guards or gate keeper, whatever, the gate crew, and to do the whole standby thing and all that, because she's been watching Mrs. Weather do it for the last 12 hours. So she was not afraid at all. I think she was actually kind of hoping that she would get a chance to do this, because when she did finally get home, I asked her, what was the best thing about this trip? And she said, proving to Mom how independent and adult I can be. And it's like, damn right. So anyway, the younger Weather's plane does take off. Mrs. Weather runs across the airport. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to get onto that flight, but then she got on to another flight. But she also texted me, oh, hey, my suitcase went out this morning. Can you go to the airport to get it? So Sunday I had to make 3 trips to the airport, which is luckily close by. First to pick up the suitcase that was shipped, without either Mrs. Weather or younger Weather. Then to get younger Weather, and then to turn around and get Mrs. Weather. But yeah, and so they got home. And they were stinky because I haven't showered in 2 days and everything, but they were home, and happiness ensued. So everything is good now. But yeah, this is why I like driving places rather than flying. I will say, originally, when the flight got delayed, they were telling Mrs. Weather and younger Weather the first flight available for them will be Wednesday. And Mrs. Weather Wednesday doesn't work. But she, they said, well, the first confirmed flight they could actually say, we can promise you will be on this flight, would be Wednesday. And it's like, that ain't going to work. And I pointed out to Mrs. Weather that, if that was the case, it's only a 24-hour drive, of 24 hours worth of driving time from Newark to Houston. And you can just rent a car and drive back. And she didn't like that idea. She'd rather wait in an airport, fingers crossed, than drive across the country. Whereas me, it's like, oh, let's go. Because that happened to me a number of years ago when I was up in Minnesota with younger Weather and mini Weather. We had taken the Spirit Airlines, the really crappy, cheap, college student airlines. Had no problems getting up there. But then the flight back from Minneapolis to Houston was canceled. And with Mrs. Weather, with United, they said, yeah, it's going to be like 4 days before there's another flight. I can't sit here for 4 days. So 10 o'clock in the evening, Minneapolis airport, rented a car, and off me and the kids left, drive back to Texas, and made it back 8 o'clock the next morning, or 8 o'clock the next evening, because we did stop and sleep for 4 hours. Anyway, yep. Most definitely. Maureen, traveling is always good for ingenuity and stories. Very much so. And then mosquitoes. Hey, Serenity. Good morning. Hey, Carol. Yep. Diane. An adventure. So, like I said, I think it's one of those adventures that when you look back on it, you kind of go, yeah, I did it. One of those adventures you can be proud of, because, I mean, the main issue was they ended up buying a lot of airport food, which was super expensive. I think at one point, Mrs. Weather, younger Weather had been really excellent, just really, really, really excellent. And she had mentioned she would really like some gummies, the gummy worms or something like that. And they had them in one of those kiosks there, and I think they were like $7 for a bag of gummy worms. And it's like, yep, getting you the gummy worms because you are being awesome on this trip. So, but yeah, so she learned how to sleep in an airport, how to, get on standby. The one thing both of us, Mrs. Weather and I, both think in retrospect, as soon as, the delays got more than like 4 hours, They should have gone to, you know, the ticket counter and say, okay, hey, look, I know there's going to be problems. I will give up my seat today for a guaranteed flight, you know, tomorrow, and then, you know, and just not worry about it, instead of holding up and holding hope and holding hope and then not happening. So yeah. But yep, they learned a lot of useful stuff. Sounds like planes, trains, and automobiles. Yeah, except it wasn't wintertime. Jennifer, I was stranded in some Missouri airport, maxed out card, no cash. The airport was small enough that everything closed. I just went in the bathroom and cried. When Starbucks opened the next AM, had enough change for hot chocolate, and it was the best hot chocolate in the history of hot chocolate. Oh, heck yeah, I believe that. Hot chocolate. Hey, Charles, yep, distressed passengers can stay in the airport, but stay always on secure side of airport. Yes. If people go outside to get luggage, do not. Let the bag go around the baggage ramp, and baggage handler will lock up bags. Stay on the security side of the airport. And yes, that was something that they learned. They didn't leave the secure area, but the people that did, for whatever reasons, had a lot of trouble getting back because their boarding passes no longer were valid. And so they had to go stand in line and do all this sort of stuff. So yeah, real great advice there, Charles R. If you are trapped in the airport, do not leave the secure area, because if your flight has been delayed or so forth, you may have a lot of difficulty to get back. Mrs. Weather actually mentioned that a number of people on standby couldn't get back to the gates to try and get on because they were trapped, you know, going through security. Okay, Newark Airport Airline didn't give vouchers. So the incident was deemed an act of God due to this storm. I don't know if it was the remains of the hurricane or what, but since it was weather related, not airplane, air company related, airport related type stuff. Yeah, no vouchers, nothing like that. Oh yeah, Maureen, this is excellent advice. I told my kids when they get into serious relationships, they should always travel together before engagement. Getting out of your comfort zone in a strange place really brings out the truth of who you are. That is excellent advice, Maureen. Totally thumbs up on that advice. Yes. Hey, Michelle, good morning. Today is my first day back on the train to work. Should be interesting. Yep. You no longer working from home, Michelle? Michelle and I go way back. Michelle and I were in grad school together. Oh, hey, it's Mom and Dad. Good morning, everybody. Nice, sunny, dry day. We'll be in the 90s all week and dry. You don't want dry, Dad. You want rain. Hi, Mom. Oh, hey, Mom. I don't know if you saw what Chirpy said this morning, but he said, because Mom sometimes can't see what Chirpy says, but Chirpy says, most of who I am is due to listening to Mom and watching Dad. Smart bird. Hey, Perry, no smokes then. I don't know. I know neither of them smoke, so they were hanging out. Kiri, I spent an hour on a plane in a traffic jam at Dallas-Fort Worth waiting for takeoff. I had been away from home for school. I just wanted to get home. Yep. I've been sitting on a plane for a long time, too. Ooh, evacuated Okinawa to Japan. Stayed in an airport for several days with a small child. We were stinky when we back 25 years ago. Yowza. Oh, April, yeah. Canoeing is a good test of a relationship. I used to work at a canoe rental. Very much so. All right. Hey, Kimberlyn, good morning. Checking in. Have to go get some lab work done before my appointment Wednesday. All right. Cool. Oh, man. Okay, flying. I've been delayed with my older search and rescue dog trying to get home. Then after a 4-hour delay, they tried to say I couldn't get on the plane because they thought he was a service dog, and he wasn't. I had to patiently teach the woman their airline policy on search and rescue dogs. She finally let me on. The key is patiently. I will say Mrs. Weather had nothing but good things to say about the United staff manning the desks and so forth. That they never lost their cool. They were always very polite and respectful. There was limited stuff that they could do, and so a lot of passengers were really, really frustrated. But Mrs. Weather said, yeah, she couldn't be as calm, cool, and collected as the work staff was. And okay, it's time to move into the shade because it's getting hot here. My coffee is way over there. Okay. But like I said, everyone is home. Oh, and Younger Weather brought me a bag of New York bagels. Oh, that's one of the things I miss from New York. Do I miss it? I guess fall colors. Yeah, fall colors, New York bagels. Some of the mountains, the White Mountains, that sort of thing up there. But yeah, for the most part, don't miss New York. Oh yeah, do you know most flights carry prisoners on flight? They sit in the very back. In fact, one of my neighbors used to be the guy that did that. Very discreetly, bringing people in handcuffs to and from places. Yep, attitude can get you everywhere or nowhere. Choose wisely. You've been hanging out with Chirpy, haven't you? Jennifer, my unknown hero is a man who gave up his seat for my very pregnant daughter when they were both on standby. Cool. Hey, Alexi, good morning. Chris, good morning. Aaron, the funny thing was it was the same airline that let us fly there. We were going home. I think it was finally what tipped the scales in my favor of getting your search and rescue dog on the plane. It sounds like a movie. Search and rescue dogs on a plane. Why do they always put me in back? Maybe you look, threatening? I'm sure you don't look threatening. Ooh, 8 years ago, my seat home from Jordan was canceled. I played on the air of love and respect of parents and told the really nice attendant that my 80-year-old parents were home alone and desperately needed for me to return. Most excellent. All right, yep, chirp influence for sure, most definitely. I wonder if they heavily sedate the prisoners before travel, like the like Indo with the carplets. Benadryl smoothies, anyone? Probably not. He never mentioned it, unless the prisoner, maybe it was Violet, but yeah, sorry, mosquitoes everywhere. I forgot to grab the candle. He never mentioned sedating the prisoners. Mainly it was just handcuffs and whatever. It must be my battle spoon I carry with me everywhere. Spoon! We are a violent tribe, but also ready to eat. Or drink coffee, as the case may be. But yeah, so after spending the night sleeping in the hotel, they both got home safe and sound. Different flights, but so be it. But yeah, I think, like I said, it was actually a good thing for Younger Weather in particular to get a taste of this under a protected situation where, one of us was still with her to kind of show her the ropes of how you survive in an airport. Oh, Kiri, the day before I started 7th grade, learned about the science of gravity and Coke. On a commuter plane from Northwest Arkansas to Dallas, hit bad turbulence, plane dropped 1,000 feet out of the sky. My Coke did not stay in the cup, but when Coke hits the roof of plane, gravity pulls it down. Mom washed my hair in the public bathroom of Dallas, Fort Worth. Oh my. Yowza. Oh, cool. Parrot, I made a homemade fly trap this morning, like a inverted bottle and some honey in the bottom or something like that. Or how did you make it? Oh. Dion, I just rode back from Minnesota. My husband drove every mile this year. We took it easy and spent a night in Missouri. Nice. Did you go through Joplin? Usually we end up going through Joplin. Hey, Evie. Good morning. Okay, yep, the inverted bottle fly trap. Those work really well. Those also work for minnows. Yep. Sorry, I'm just itching. My arms are getting all bit up here. yeah, you poke some holes in the bottom too so the water can flow through. You put some crackers or other food in there, and minnows swim in and can't get out, and now you have bait or food. Cook the minnows, so. Hey, Bonnie. Good morning. Blessings to all. Thank you, thank you. Getting close to your D-Day too, aren't you? The dentist on the 22nd. What is today? Is today the 20th? 19th. Okay. So soon. That makes sense. They don't sedate prisoners because of safety with possible evacuation during flight. Yeah, I guess you don't want to drag a sleeping prisoner off a plane. That would be cumbersome and liability and all that. Oh, wait, it's today? Yeek. Okay, everyone keep Bonnie in your prayers and vibrations. She's getting a bunch of dental work done. And then once that's done, then they can reschedule the knees, right? Oof. All right. Ooh, okay. Oh, yeah, I saw that. All right, I made double chocolate zucchini curly dock seed brownies last night. They were meh, only because I used box mix. I usually make stuff from scratch. Box mix is a racket. Lesson learned. Yep. Prayers coming from Tina. Wait, you were joking about the brownies? I hope not. I want to try curly dock brownies. I want to try curly dock cornbread. Oh man, Chris, my air conditioner went out Thursday night. I got a cheap window unit, but we all have to sleep in one room because the whole house units are very expensive. Ooh, yeah. And now because you got bodies in the room, you're producing heat. And so not fun. Not fun at all. Shoe fly pie. Haven't heard that in a long time. Oh man. Prisoners on the plane, snakes on a plane, I'm never flying again. Bonding 101. I was joking about sedating the prisoners and kids, which, so the funny thing about that is, when both our kids are adopted from China, and the Chinese airlines strongly recommended, giving kids a Benadryl or other sedative like that for the flight back, like in-country flights, and then on the Chinese, Southern Air, like flying back to the United States, they preferred the kids knocked out rather than crying, screaming, causing problems on the flight. Okay, there were some cancellations by someone, and I get to go today. Cool, sooner the better. Ugh. And need to take a nap? Take Dimetap. No, man, I haven't heard Dimetap in a long time. Is it even still on the markets? Chat is not moving forward. I have to keep to slide right and left to see new chat. Weird. All right, more coffee. Yeah, the boss said I could work from home today, hang out with the family, readjust to everyone home. It'd be nice. Also, it means I'll probably make the pizza rather than Mrs. Weather. Okay, so just between us. So every Monday we have pizza, and usually homemade. I mean, like the pizza crust is made from scratch, from flour and yeast and salt and da-da-da-da. Mrs. Weather makes an excellent pizza crust. The pizza sauce is also made from scratch, but from scratch I mean like tomato paste and different herbs and salt and stuff like that. Her sauce, not good. She follows a recipe very precisely, and even though the recipe does not taste very good, she refuses to alter the recipe because it is the recipe. So usually when I'm available, I will make the sauce. I will whip things together, constantly taste testing until I think it's good, and then we get the pizza sauce. And the kids go, "Yay, Dad made the pizza sauce." So, yeah. Hopefully I'll be making the pizza sauce today. All right. Tip for traveling from a former flight attendant. Always keep your medication with, oh yeah. Always keep your medication with you on carry-on. Always hide $50 in your carry-on prior to the trip for emergency. Keep protein snacks in your carry-on. When you get stranded in an airport, look for a place to rest near a power outlet to charge your phone. Those places go first. Stay calm, make friends. Yep. I also travel with a deck of cards and a multiple prong USB charger. So I can plug that in and then multiple people can charge your phones. And yeah, and then you're the hero. Yeah. You know, me and my heroic nature. Yeah. Definitely on the medicine. Way back when I joined the oil industry, one of the senior guys told me, you know, to know how much money you should have with you on a trip, if you for every mile you're away from home, you should have at least $1 on you, cash. You know, so if you're going 500 miles, you should have $500 on you. You know, not in ones, obviously. You know, because you never know when suddenly you need to buy a new ticket or whatever. Now, this was back a little before things were... Not everyone accepted credit cards back then, or there was some problems with it and checks and stuff like that. So, you know, but nowadays, yeah, I figure at least, you know, I always have like 200 in cash if possible when traveling, just for whatever emergencies, like you say. Bribes and so forth. Hey, Isaac. Welcome back, my friend. How are you doing? We were talking about the adventures this weekend of air travel and being stranded in air travel and sleeping in airports and so forth. Yeah, Henry, alter the recipe. Yeah, I'm going to do that because I have no love of my fingers, and yeah, losing my fingers would not be a problem in my life. Oh, well. Hey, Will. Oh, you're over on YouTube this morning. Yep, I too travel with bribes in cash. Never underestimate the power of a buck. Oh, hey, Amy. Good morning. Oh, stop. Wow, 7:50 already. All right, I always keep cash stuffed in my bra wallet in case my purse is stolen. Yep. That was the one thing I was really worried about with younger weather in New York. You know, just if either a pickpocket or someone grabbed her purse, you know, stole her phone and her credit cards and all that, what would happen. But she survived. Oh, Donna, sorry posted too soon. I was saying funny that she follows the recipe so closely. I always feel like recipes are suggestions. Yes! Like, I look at the recipe, I look at the list of ingredients, I kind of get a rough idea of the amounts, I look at the picture of what the end product is, and then away I go. And yeah, but no, she is very meticulous. That's great, like I said, for the day-to-day stuff, Mrs. Weather is excellent. You know, for the detailed, oriented, gotta do this, the right, no one's better. In the case of an emergency, or flexibility is required, or improvisation, no, does not happen. Does not happen at all. So, I've been robbed there in East Texas, then New Jersey, or I've been robbed here in East Texas more than New Jersey or New York City. I can believe it. Of course, part of it, you know, how long have you been in the area? Oh my. Whoops. Here we go. My hubs drove our car off a ledge in New Mexico. There was no cell coverage, so the tow truck driver only took cash. Good thing we had $300 to pay. Yep. Oh, whoops. What was this here? Hold it. All right, tips for possible corona infection. Going to a doctor today, whole family is sick, friends, ooh. Elderberry echinacea, the immune pill, vitamin C, that sort of stuff. Yeah, ooh. Oh, and a decongestant, and something to help break up phlegm. Like whorehound candies or something. The problem is now, I mean, you don't want to go to a drugstore or something sick necessarily, but yeah, whorehound or other expectorant to help break up the clogging gunk that the coronavirus forms in your lungs. All right, Jonathan, what type of kayak you have? I'm still looking, renting. I have a Heritage Watercrafts Manta 12. Yeah, Heritage Watercraft Manta 12. It was designed for specifically for scuba. I don't scuba dive, but it had these big compartments and extra like storage areas that also makes it was highly recommended for kayak camping and also kayak fishing. So, yeah. A Heritage Watercraft Manta 12 is what I have. Yes, would bottlebrush tincture work for chest gunk? Yeah. A hot tea form would probably be even better because then you get the steam helping too. So in that case, if possible, I would go with a tea rather than the tincture just for the extra added benefit of hot fluids. Okay, any suggestions for the bee balm? Are you talking using? Frankly, just a tea is really good, again, for upper respiratory issues or just flavor. So I like the dried leaves more so than the tincture with that. Oh yeah, also get a pulse oximeter to monitor your oxygen levels. We were talking about this last week. One of the issues with the coronavirus is your oxygen levels plummet because you're just not getting the oxygen in, and that can lead to all sorts of other, nasty feelings. So, what were they, like $20 at Walmart or something like that? You can get a thing to measure how much oxygen is in your blood, and if it starts getting low is when you really start to worry. All right, sending lots of healing prayers. If you don't have any pets, clove essential oils in a diffuser really helps open the passages. Just double check. It won't react with any meds you're taking. Yep, not a doc. Okay, speaking of things, it's we're getting to the end here, so it's time for the group take. Yeah, group take. Starting with the immune pill. Elderberry, echinacea, cordyceps mushroom, self-heal, and a little vitamin C. All right. The brain pill. Brains. Yep. Chris is right. Don't forget how important rest is. Running around to grab things you need is important, but not more so than effective rest. Yep. Let your body do what it's supposed to do. The liver pill. Another good one. Keeps the body clean. Come on, one more. Oop. It's a banana. Nom, 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 nom. The uric acid pill. Like I said, I don't need the uric acid pill. I'm good there. The blood pressure pill. I can tell my blood pressure is pretty low right now, so I'm not going to take the blood pressure pill. Serenity pill. I wish I could have gotten a bottle of this to Mrs. Weather over the weekend, but just had to make do with the libido pill instead. Oh man, the mosquitoes are bad this morning. Whoop. All right. Let's see. In search of a good all-season 6% tent. During hunting season, we have to deal with temps ranging from 32 to 90 degrees. Prefer to have the ability to stand up, room to change clothes. Any recommendations? All right. How, in a case like that, some of the big canvas, like canvas tents are really nice. Off the top of my head, I don't know big tents. Normally when I'm looking at tents, I'm looking at little itty bitty backpacking tents that I can, fold up into my back pocket and away I go. So no, not on the big tents. I know we have the family tent. We got it at Cabela's. It was a guide gear something, and it's at the very center. It's tall enough for me to stand up in, and it held 4 people and all the kids' gear and all that stuff really well. It was a guide gear bear den. Yeah, BEER, bear den. Guide gear bear den tent, but I don't know if it's available anymore. Eureka is a good brand of tents, but they mainly make the smaller backpacking tents. Things like that. Hey Johnny, hello tribe, been missing you. Oh, then you need to show up. Simple. Glad you're here. Oh yeah, back of the tents. It's also, how much weight are you willing to haul? Are you, car camping? How quickly do you want to set up? Like some of these big hunting lodge canvas ones, like based on the old military tents, they're 150 pounds and have 7-foot wood poles and stuff like that. And they take like an hour to get up if you have a team of people. But once they're up, they're really nice. Jennifer, ordering uric acid pill for a friend, church friend. I am my church's pill dealer. Me too. I also push plants at church. Hey, Ula. Okay, I love my Kelly tents. I have a 6-person that can stand up and change, but it's mesh most of the way down, and really it's only a 3-season tent. Yeah, and if you're out hunting, you need a big one. Oh, yeah, Chad. I know Chad would have a good one here. We have the Cabela's Alaknak tent. Great 12-foot by 12-foot. Ooh, it's 8 o'clock. Okay, Chris, I ordered bluebonnet seeds from seedsource.com. I wanted to try cold stratification before I sowed them on my slope in my front yard. Cool. And then finally, guy was putting up a huge tent inside church yesterday. Vacation Bible School started last night. And from Bonnie, Ula, good morning. Sad day, my cousin died in a car accident. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord, please take his soul home to be in your joyous embrace. Oh, and please care of all those who left behind him, family and children and all that. Yowza. Scary. Life is short. All right, Bonnie. Yep. She's sending love out to all of you. Thank you. All right. Okay. One other thing here. So I know people have been talking about groups and setting up a donut shop group so you can talk about after hours and so forth. And ironically, last week, Facebook said to me, hey, you have a big enough following. You can make a subscription-only group where people can pay for extra content and all this sort of stuff, a monthly fee. And so I set something up. I haven't opened it yet, but I figured, well, let's take a look at it. And they had different fee amounts that you could charge people per month, anywhere from like, $2.49 all the way up to like $25 a month for, extra access. And so I just went with the cheapest one, like $2.49, something like that. Like I said, I don't even know if I'm actually going to activate it or not, but we'll see. The donut shop would still be here, but there were other things going on over on the group thing. Anyway, okay, good question, Maureen. Do you get some of the fee or does it go to Facebook? In that case, it all goes to me. Yeah, so I get the entire fee. So I think it's their way of trying to try and keep entertaining people on Facebook, because there's been a pretty good migration away from Facebook because Facebooks are jerks. Not the Facebook people, but the, Zuckerberg and all those guys. Okay. Anyway, I got to run. Stuff going on. I'm working from home today, but I got a lot to do. So anyway, love you all. Mom, Dad, love you. Tribe, love you. Ula, I'm very sorry for your loss. Bonnie, best wishes for you today at the dentist, having the teeth removed, and hopefully quick recovery. I don't know if we'll see you tomorrow at the donut shop or if you're going to be all pain medicined up or what, but we'll definitely be thinking about you. All right, everyone, time to end broadcast.